Okay, so we start doing this 17 when it says singular. Okay, this determinant 0. How to do determinant? Determinant formula will be, you'll refer back our determinant. Our determinant here. If you're using cofactor, it's just plus on. If you're using minor, then you have to be careful because in every position, cofactor is plus minus for the minor. So kalau kita guna minor ni, dia akan jadi positive, negative, positive. So when you want to find the cofactor, normally we get the minor first. So we'll use this formula. So for this formula, A11 element we enter and then we put in our minor. So our element here will be, I expanding this determinant by using row 1. So A11 minus A12 x minus A13 equals to 0. Okay, then we put in our entry here when it said minus. Minus means we are going to eliminate row 1, column 1. So when we eliminate our row 1 and column 1, we will get the entry here is 0, 1, 3, negative 1. Okay, so we do it faster by expanding a row here, row 1 here. So copy paste 1, negative 1 here, 0, 3 at the back. Then we see the vertical value here is x1, x1. So now we're going to expand our minor here. So when I want to do minor, it's AD minus BC. AD minus BC, A times D here, minus BC here. So it will become 0 minus 3. So for here, it will be negative x minus 1. So here will be 3x minus 0. So we have to solve it to find out what is our value of x. So from here we can see this is our negative 3, this is our quadratic, then minus x, then minus 3x. So when you get a quadratic, we arrange in the quadratic form ABC. So B will be negative 2x, this is positive, then minus 3. Then we start doing our factorize to find out what is our x. So of course you can use your calculator, plug in your value. A is 1, B is negative 2, C is negative 3 for our quadratic function. Find out our roots here. Okay, so what's the concept they want to test here is singular. What's meant by singular? Which is determinant equals to 0. And then we find out until our quadratic and factorize the way to simplify it, the concept to simplify it to quadratic, and we get the answer. Okay, so for this 17b, giving you matrix A 2 by 2 matrices, matrix B 2 by 2 matrices, find C. So they give you an equation here. So how can we find out the C? We have to simplify it by using our properties in inverse matrices. So for start from equation, here is A equals to BC times B inverse. So I must get C. I must get C alone here in order to find out what is the C. So how do I clear off in front here? I will times a B inverse. So I will times in front of the matrices. So when I'm doing multiplication, if I timing in front of the matrix, so for every term of it also, we need to multiply in front of the matrices. So from here we can simplify. We see B inverse with A, nothing we can do. We maintain still B inverse with A, but B inverse with B, we get identity. So identity times the matrices, we will get C. So you can see our matrices C here, in front here already clear. Don't have any multiplication matrices in front here because I want to find out what is C. And then for second phase, I want to clear off the indices, the matrices here at the back. So I want to clear off here, so I will times a matrix B at the back. So when I time a matrix B at the back here, we use the concept of properties where we can see B inverse with B also can equals to identity. So when you are multiplying the matrices at the back here, at the left hand side here, at the back here, so same to do as right hand side here, multiply after the matrices. So here we get identity, we show it, and then matrix times an identity matrix, we will go back that matrices, which is C. So finally we can find out matrices C is equals to B inverse times A times B. So the order cannot be mixed up because in multiplication matrices, A times B doesn't same with B times A. Because for matrices, for A, they were taking row. For B, they're taking column, so their value will be different. For B, they're taking row. The first matrix, they were taking row, and then the second matrix, they were taking column in the multiplication. So their order must be put in proper, one by one. So it cannot simplify like what do you want? You want to put B, do your B here or do your A there? Cannot. So order must be followed. After we find our relationship, C can be getting by B inverse times A times B. So now we're going to see our information here. We have our A, we have our B, but we still haven't get our B inverse. So now we're going to try to find our B inverse. So for this B inverse 2 by 2 is like in your SPM level, which is AD minus BC, and then in the bracket here, exchange the place and put in negative. So AD minus BC. Then AD exchange the place, BC put in negative, so negative 0 still 0. So this is how we get our inverse matrix B. So from here you can get, this is negative 1, this is negative 1, multiply in, it will become 1, 4, 0, 1, negative E. So finally we are managed to get until the procedure C, which is we are going to substitute B inverse times A, and then times back our matrices B. Okay, so for this multiplication, so what is our answer here? So of course you need to do the multiplication one by one. Okay, so my working will be showing using row. So I have two row here, which is 1, 4, 0, negative 1. And then column also I have two row, 1, for second matrix here is 3, 1, 5, 2. So multiplication, taking row time with column. Okay, so in order to get this entry, I have to time 1, 3, 3, 1 times 4, 4, so you get 7. And then for another part here, there will be 5 plus 8. 5 plus 8 will give us 13. And then 0 times 3, 0, then we get negative 1. Then 0 times 5, 0, we get negative 2. So we finish our first matrix multiplication. This is 7, 13, and then negative 1, negative 2. Continue. Continue for second multiplication here. Okay, so we show again what's the row times what is our column. So when you're using black dot table here will be easy for us. So 7, 13 first row, negative 1, negative 2 second row, and then column is 1, 0, 4, negative 1. So we try to multiply here. Okay, 0 we get 0, here 7. So for here we're going to refer this row and this column. 4 times 7 minus 13, so equals to 15. And then here negative 1 times 0, negative 1. Okay, so here negative 4 plus 2, we get negative 2. So our answer will be 7, 15, negative 1, negative 2. Okay, so how do we get the concept here? Is from here how we apply, how we get to the C. So this will be our concept about our properties, and then we find out our B inverse in order to perform our first multiplication. So we will refer your working here, your first multiplication, and then second time of the multiplication to get to the answer.